in non-dual traditions of the world, understanding that reality is different in different stages of consciousness, like biology in different stages of consciousness, that um, perception is different in different stages of consciousness, knowledge is different in different states of consciousness, and understanding is different in different states of consciousness. And even the nervous system is different in different states of consciousness, in that the neural correlates of consciousness change from waking to dreaming and then beyond. So in this tapestry of human experience, consciousness weaves a complex pattern that shifts and changes depending on our state of awareness. So today I'd like to explore with you that our perception of reality and time varies dramatically across different states of consciousness, from our everyday state to the mysterious realms of dreams, meditation, and even death. So what we call the waking state of consciousness actually is the least real, because it's the vivid now of waking consciousness, which is a lucid dream. I've said this before. In our typical waking state, life often feels like a lucid dream in a vivid now. This analogy is particularly apt as our everyday consciousness is characterized by a sharp awareness of our surroundings and a strong sense of presence in the current moment. We navigate through our daily lives with a feeling of agency and control, much like a lucid dream and the dreamer who is awake in the dream and can influence the dream's narrative. The vivid now of waking consciousness is marked by clarity of perception, logical thinking and decision-making, and a strong sense of self and identity. There is linear experience of time, and there's the ability to interact and manipulate the physical world. This state allows us to function effectively in our social and professional lives, making plans for the future and reflect on past experiences. However, it's worth noting that even this seemingly solid reality is in many ways a construction of our minds, a waking dream shaped by our perceptions, beliefs, and past experiences. But now let's enter the blurry realms of altered consciousness. So in contrast to the waking state, other forms of consciousness, such as dreaming, deep meditation, psychedelic experiences, often present life as a blurry dream in a blurry time. These altered states of consciousness are characterized by what we experience as distorted perception of reality, non-linear or circular experience of time, dissolution of ego boundaries, heightened creativity, abstract thinking, altered sensory experiences. In these states, the rigid structures of waking consciousness soften. They seem to stretch, compress, or lose meaning altogether. The sense of self can become fluid, merging with the environment or other entities. While these experiences can be profoundly meaningful and insightful, they often lack the clarity and practicality of waking consciousness. And now, even deeper, death and ultimate aliveness. What is the real awakening? What I'm suggesting right now is upon awakening or at the moment of death, awakening in real life, awakening to your spirit in real life, or at the moment of death, life is most alive as the dreamer, not as the dream. So this is a state of consciousness which is beyond our waking and altered states, a meta-awareness where the nature of existence is revealed. This ultimate state of aliveness is characterized by transcendence of provisional identities, by a sense of timelessness or experience of all time simultaneously, by a complete understanding of the nature of reality, and by the dissolution of the boundary between the dreamer and the dream. This state is called the awakened self, and many philosophical and spiritual traditions talk about it, but philosophy cannot get you there. Only the process of awakening can get you there by tracing every experience to its source. Okay, these are called Brites. And yoga, in yoga they say Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which means when all the fluctuations of consciousness die, then reality reveals itself as pure consciousness, infinite possibilities, infinite evolution, infinite creativity, infinite love, infinite self-regulation, infinite organizing power, infinite entanglement. So the exploration of consciousness across different states reveals the fluid and subjective nature of our experience of reality. From the vivid clarity of the waking state, which is actually the state of the deepest ignorance, to the blurry realms of dreams and altered states, and finally to the ultimate awakening, each state offers a unique lens through which to view existence. And understanding these varying states of consciousness can lead to a greater appreciation of the complexity of human experience and even provide insights into the fundamental nature of reality. So let's continue to study and explore consciousness. And if you have any questions, please send them to me at digitaldeepak.ai. And this book is coming out in September, which will also show you how to explore these different realms for personal well-being and spiritual awakening. Digital Dharma. Take care, my friends.